here we go. Happy New Week. It's Monday. It's February 18th, and it's a Monday morning. This is WGTV. Today, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Thank you so much for being with us this morning.
And we appreciate you being with us on this Monday morning, the 18th of the month. Already, can you believe that is moving along?
It certainly is.
All right. I hope you had a great weekend. I think we all did.
Yes.
I know I did. Let's see.
I did too.
What do we have on today's program? Let's start the week off with looking at who's on today's show.
On today's show, we have an interview with Police Chief Jeff Stewart. He'll be here to tell us what's happening with the GPAC, the Goldsboro Partners Against Crime. We have some interviews with the Chamber of Commerce. We have several people here. We have Dr. Ed Wilson and we have Beverly Carroll here to tell us things that are happening with the Chamber of Commerce.
Oh, yeah.
So interesting things happening on today's show.
Yes, indeed. Today, the 18th, let's look over today's almanac very quickly. Today is the anniversary of the publishing of Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn.
Oh, wow.
In fact, it was entitled The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. He did it on this day, 1885. One of my favorite authors, and of course, a lot of people love Mark Twain.
Oh, yes.
The first three-dimensional movie. 3 dimensions, very popular now.
3D.
But it's been around quite a while, and it took them until about now to really perfect it. But 3D was the first movie was in 1953. It was called Buona Devil.
Really? They did it that far back?
1953, yeah. Buona Devil. That's when you had to wear glasses to see.
Yeah.
I guess you do now,
still
right?
do,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Anyway, one blue and one red, or something like green and red. It opened in New York City at Lowe's State Theater. Buona Devil, kicking off a short-lived fad, in which 3D fans had to wear special eyeglasses to the movies. Buona Devil starred Robert Stack and Barbara Britton. It was not a very good movie.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz signing an $8 million contract with CBS to continue the I Love Lucy TV show this day, 1953 as well. And at the time, that was the richest television contract up until that moment. $8 million, 1953. That was a lot of money.
Yes,
well,
I'm
it's
sure.
a lot of money now, but I mean, just think.
In comparison, yes.
In fact, that's exactly 50 years ago. This day, 1959, Ray Charles recorded the song, What I Say. You know, that's a song that has a long, and there's a reason for all that. Let me tell you about that song. It's very interesting here. Ray Charles had made up the song. He made it up a few months earlier when the band came up 10 minutes short for a contract show. So they signed a contract, say, yeah, we'll play for X amount of time. Well, they came up short. So he started playing the piano to kind of fill time. And he made the song up. He simply started playing. He motioned for the Raylettes, his backup group, to follow his lead, the Raylettes. The 10-minute song brought the house down and became a regular part of his show.
Wow.
He went into the studio and recorded it. And
that's pretty neat.
It was, yeah.
That's a mighty instinctive thinking of him just to act on it, which I guess if you're an artist like that, you can sit down and just make things up anyway.
Exactly.
Create.
The man had so much talent.
Yeah.
He was just that creative. 1988, at the Crewkerne auction in England, jolly old England, a British bookseller paid $10,035 for a lock of naval hero Lord Nelson's hair. You know, years ago, they used to collect and save locks of hair.
Oh, yes.
History's most expensive hair at the time, $10,000 for a lock of hair.
Wow. And what do you do with that?
You lock it away in a safe hair place.
Obviously.
Yeah. Well, a Romanian teenager who won $1.2 million lottery jackpot could not collect his winnings for 2 weeks. This was in 2003, 10 years ago.
Why is that?
Because he could not afford a $32 train fare to Bucharest. The unemployed 17-year-old had to wait for his benefit money to arrive, his welfare check, if you will. Neighbors refused to loan him the money, and his father wouldn't loan him the money either.
My goodness.
And his father, in fact, his father tried to borrow the money, and the father didn't have the money, so the neighbors said, no.
You just have to wait 2 weeks.
Just have to wait 2 weeks, and then he went and collected his money and just did it to everybody.
Laughed at the rest of them.
That's it. Birthdays today include actor John Travolta.
How old is he?
He's 59 years today. Vinnie Barbarino, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, and staying alive.
Yeah, and staying alive and all that. Yeah, right. And TV hostess Vanna White.
Oh, yes. From South Carolina.
She is. She's 56 today. And Yoko Ono.
Is?
80.
Really?
Yeah.
80 years old?
80 today, yeah. Yeah.
How about that?
How about that? All right, moving on.
Well, Wayne, we have a blood drive that's taking place. Let's see, this Wednesday, February the 20th, from 9 till 1:30. It'll be at Wayne Community College. All donors, of course, will get an Adams Car Wash coupon. We want to encourage you to give if you have not in the past, or if you have, we encourage you to give this Wednesday. Like I said, it'll be from 9 until 1, Wayne Community College, and Tammy is doing a great job.
Yes, she is.
Heading up Red Cross right now.
She certainly is. Well, the Senior Center will be offering a series of evidence-based classes entitled Arthritis Foundation Exercise Program. The program offering gentle, joint-safe exercises developed specifically for people with arthritis to help relieve stiffness and decrease arthritis pain. These low-impact classes can be taken either sitting down or standing up. It's a 6-week class. It's already underway. It's already underway. It's at the Senior Center Friday and Saturday afternoons. If you would like information, call Aaron 705-1785.
Well, if you're interested in raising your credit score, we have the class for you. At Wayne County Library, Wayne County Public Library, this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. It's a class that will last from 5:30 until 8:30. There's a class that says how to raise your credit score in just 60 days. The class will be held, like I said, in the auditorium at Wayne County Public Library. Let's get that right. The seminar will cover how to read a credit score, what factors are used in calculating the credit score, and the list goes on and on. They do, however, ask you to pre-register by contacting your local SBC, or you can call Wayne County Public Library. The number is 739-6940 to ask questions about this particular class. It's the Small Business Center at wayneworksnc.com.
Let me add one little thing to
Yes.
that. I want to caution everyone, because of ads on television.
Yes.
There are ads on television, and I'm not going to mention any particular website or name, but you have to be really, really careful where you try to get your free credit report.
Absolutely.
You have to be really, really careful, because in the long run, it may not always necessarily be free.
Yes.
So if you go to this particular class, they will tell you where you can get legally and absolutely free, which you can do once a year.
Once a year, yes.
A free credit report.
So that's this Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. You
There
can call
you
Wayne
go.
County Public Library to find out additional information.
And there you go. All right. Good information. Gee whiz. Last week was Valentine's Day. Today is Monday, the 18th.
That's
And
right.
we've got, what do we have coming up? Today is President's Day.
Yes, it is. Happy President's
Isn't it?
Day.
Yes, and if you're a president, it's your day.
Or past president, it's still your day.
Indeed it is. Of course, it was a combination of they put this together some years ago, the combination to celebrate Lincoln's birthday and
Yes.
Washington's birthday. Of course, Lincoln was born on the 12th, 1809, and Washington was born a little earlier than that, on the 22nd, or the day they say he celebrated his birthday was the 22nd. I got to tell you a story, and I'll do it later.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you right now, but I'll do it later, about Washington's birthday. He wasn't born really on the 22nd like everybody
They
thinks
made it
he
up?
was. Not exactly, but I'll tell you, it gets really kind of confusing.
All right,
I'll
well,
tell you
talking
the
about
story.
birthdays, I have to say happy birthday to my son, Elliot. Today's his 19th birthday.
Really?
Can't believe he's 19 and growing up, but happy birthday, Elliot.
Going on 30, right?
Going on 30, at
I'm
least.
telling you, yeah, Elliot's
At least.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. Pottery wheel class is coming up at Herman Park Center.
That's right.
These pottery wheel classes at Herman Park Center will be held on Mondays and Tuesdays. Yes, 3:30 until 5:30 in the p.m. or 6 to 8 p.m. as well. Now, the 5-week class will only cost you $125. And when you break it down, that is really inexpensive for pottery classes.
For the classes, the instruction, and you get to take, of course, your piece of pottery home to
Yeah.
brag about.
5 weeks, $125. 739-7491, 739-7491. You know, I believe that was your announcement, wasn't
That's all right. You know what? At Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, they have a long list of classes that they offer, from the pottery classes to Zumba to family golf to line dancing. Just check out their website or their Facebook page, and you can see what all does happen right there at Goldsboro Parks and Rec. I believe it's time to head on over and see what Police Chief has got to tell us about Goldsboro Partners Against Crime.
it? Let's do that.
Joining me today is Goldsboro Police Chief Jeff Stewart. He's here to talk about a new initiative within the city of Goldsboro. Welcome to the show, Chief.
Kim, thanks for having us here. I'm excited to talk about this issue.
Well, GPAC, which is Goldsboro Partners Against Crime, is a new crime initiative that we have here in the city of Goldsboro. Would you tell me, Chief, what is GPAC, or Goldsboro Partners Against Crime?
GPAC is a fit. It's a program that has been very successful in the city of High Point, known as the High Point model. A lot of police departments from around the country are looking at this. They've been implementing this program for 15 to 20 years and have been able to reduce their violent crime as up to 33%.
My goodness. Now, they've been doing this how long?
15 to 20 years.
So it's proven in that area, in that community.
They're on their third chief that believes in this program. So we actually went up to High Point, got the information on the program, and then later we're invited up with some city manager and some of our council members went up there and actually watched the call-in and how they use this program.
So you've seen it firsthand?
Firsthand, very impressed, very impressed.
Well, tell us, what does GPAC encompass? I mean, who all's involved in GPAC?
It involves several law enforcement agencies, local, police department, sheriff's office, state agencies, as well as federal agencies. Okay,
so you've got your law enforcement piece of the puzzle.
Then it encompasses all the court systems, from the prosecutors, everyone involved, from the judges, and the biggest part of the triangle is the citizens. It actually gets the citizens involved. They can actually come to the call-ins and they deliver the first message. They get out there and tell them, listen, we want to help you. We want to help you change your behavior, the way you're living in our community. And they bring services actually to the table, education if that's a need, if housing is a need. Whatever they need, they have a representative there willing to help these individuals if they need it.
Make a change in their life.
If they ask for the help, absolutely.
So how is this program or this initiative different than just traditional policing?
Well, they're on probation for another offense that they've previously committed. We call them in and say, listen, this behavior just isn't acceptable in our community. Again, the programs that I talked about, they give them that opportunity to get that assistance. If not, then law enforcement comes in there and says, if you do this again, this is what you could face. And we're very serious about it.
So we've got a list of individuals that are already on probation.
Right.
The police department cannot watch every single person 24/7, but you can watch a list of 20,
right,
or whatever the number may be.
You're exactly right.
You can watch them at all given times. You can know what's happening, if they're committing crimes, and if they are committing crimes, these individuals are bumped to the top of the list in the court system. Is that correct?
As part of their probation, they will come into a notification/call-in, and we're up front with them. There's no confusion on what's going to happen, and we even tell them we could go federally with this case. If the criteria is there, we're going to use the full letter of the law, to make this community safer. We want them to change. We want to help them.
Help them change their lives and go in a new direction.
Exactly right.
And the police department and this Goldsboro Partners Against Crime is partnering with so many agencies and people in this community that when these individuals are called before,
the first ones that are going to talk to them are the citizens. They're going to have an opportunity to come in there before law enforcement's even present.
So citizens are going to talk to them and tell them their story, or tell them that they do not accept this behavior in their community.
I'm not going to put any words in their
mouth.
Right. They have an opportunity to express their feelings again, and a lot of the citizens are going to be there to offer some assistance.
So if an individual wants to change their life, whether they need a job, whether they need schooling, education, training, rehab help, whatever the situation may be, a lot of these organizations will be sitting before them with the resources there, and it isn't individually based.
With the information in their hands, ready to give it to them when the meeting's over. Yes. There's the last time I was briefed on it by Sergeant Cheryl, there's over 25 different civilian organizations involved in GPAC.
25 local organizations.
We're growing every day. I think once the first notification call-in is completed, we'll have more members. And we can have up to 100, because everyone in the community needs to care about crime in our community, in our county. You know, hopefully this will spill out, you know, into Wayne County. You know, I believe the sheriff's on board with this. He's going to be a strong partner, and we want to get rid of this violence, the violence in our communities. It needs to stop.
Absolutely. And one of the things that you and I have talked about previously is, you know, even though violent crime is up, and it's up considerable here in our community, the overall crime rate has decreased.
Crime is down in Goldsboro. And, you know, what was up is we were unfortunate to have 13 homicides last year. That number is high. You take that aside, you know, crime was reduced 10% from the previous year.
So the overall crime is down 10%.
Right.
But of course the homicides or the violent crimes are up
Just
quite,
the
quite a
homicides.
bit. Just the homicides.
Right.
Just the homicides are up. Okay, can you tell me, how can the community get involved? How can they be a part of Goldsboro Partners Against Crime?
First of all, the first thing they need to do is be committed. We want people that are committed to this program because we want it to succeed. I know myself, Sergeant Cheryl, officers of the Goldsboro Police Department, law enforcement, the district attorney's office, everybody's involved in this. And we want it to succeed. But just contact Sergeant Teresa Chero, the Goldsboro Police Department. You can get the information on the website as well, and tell her that you're interested in it, and maybe come and actually see a call-in when we have our first call-in.
So this particular initiative came into practice January 1st, 2013. And it's all been organized months before that. But January 1st is when it was actually implemented and began here in our community.
Right.
And the first call-in
It's scheduled to be mid-March.
mid-March, and we'll have all that information on our website,
Yes,
on the
ma'am.
City of Goldsboro's website.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned Sergeant Teresa Chero. She is the coordinator for the GPAC program.
Yep.
So anyone wishing to be a part of this can contact her, and she'll take it from there.
She's done a lot of good work on this project, and she has all the information that anyone would need to become a partner.
What do you think makes this particular initiative different than things we've done in the past?
Well, again, most of the crimes that we're targeting are looking into are committed by the same people. It seems to be over and over, you know, where they would be charged, you know, put in the process, and it may take up to a year, 18 months before we actually get this to trial.
Right.
This is not going to happen. You know, if they're notified, this happens. We're going to do everything we can, you know, within the law, you know, to get them moved up quickly. You know, and if it meets federal criteria, we're going to go after them federally.
So it's serious.
It's very serious.
So when the individuals are called before the call-in group, they are, of course, the citizens talk to them first, and then there'll be people from the entire GPAC organization that will talk to them, from resources being offered to the court system having representatives. So they're given a choice.
Yep.
You can change your life, and we're giving you the tools to do that.
That's the option we're hoping they take.
Exactly.
We want them to change the behavior, you know, to become,
and live a productive life.
come back and get into the communities productively, as you just mentioned, yes.
But if they choose not to go down that particular road.
I hope many don't take that choice because, you know, again, and I'm speaking to you right now, we are serious about this. You know, we will do what we need to do to make this community safer for the citizens of Goldsboro.
Right, right. So if they choose not to, then they will be bumped to the top of the list, and they will be brought before the court system
Absolutely.
very quickly, and everything that can be given to them at that point in time will take place within the realms of the law.
Whatever the law says, you know, of course we're going to be asking for the maximum sentences.
Right.
You know, and there's no secrets to this program. It's all laid up. It's all transparent at those call-ins. You know, we're going to have people from the U.S. Marshal's office there, from the ATF, DEA representatives will be there, the U.S. Attorney will be there, the District Attorney will be there, the Sheriff will be there, I'll be there. There's no doubt that the law enforcement side of this message is serious. And we just hope, again, we're hoping they go the other way, you know, to try to get back into our community as a productive citizen. And we will do everything we can to make that happen.
Well, thank you, Chief. I think this is important for the community to hear more details about what Goldsboro Partners Against Crime is doing and how the Goldsboro Police Department heard the community, and you all have reacted to and being very proactive in in creating this organization. You've gone to High Point, North Carolina. You have listened time after time how that program over the past 20 years has been implemented there and what a success rate they have and have continued to have, and how you have changed and adapted this program to fit our community and the needs that we have right here in Goldsboro and Wayne County.
Well, the police department, you know, I'm very proud of what these young men and women do every day, you know, and thank you for bringing that up, Kim. They did hear the community, and the officers should be out there interacting a lot more with the community. And yeah, we're very serious about this program and very excited to get it started.
And we've had several community meetings back last year in 2012 asking the community, how would you like to see this change? What do you want to see happen here in the city of Goldsboro to fight crime? How can we do things differently? And we've asked them, you all have asked them to be a part of this program.
Well, there's a lot of things that were brought up at those meetings where they wanted the police to do this, 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 and this. And I think we're compromising with a partnership on GPAC. The police can't do it all by themselves. I mean, you take the word police out of some of these equations, they fall back to the parents. You know, different examples I can give you. The police are willing to do their part for the community, and they have been for years. The Goldsboro Police Department, we're very concerned about every one of our citizens, and we're committed to make it to the safest community we can.
Well, you have done quite a few things to get ready for this program, to get your officers ready, and to get the community ready to be a part of GPAC. So community members, if you'd like to be a part of Goldsboro Partners Against Crime, you can call the number that we'll have listed at the end of the show. We'll have additional information on the website, the City of Goldsboro's website, which is goldsboronc.gov. You can click on GPAC. It'll be right there on the main page, the home page, and that'll give you additional information and points of contact. We need your help to make this a success and to make sure Goldsboro continues to be a very safe community.
We're back on WGTV today. That's Wayne Goldsboro Television today.
That's right. And our police chief will come back on a regular basis to give us continued updates with how GPAC, or Goldsboro Partners Against Crime, is moving along, and he will continue to educate us on the long-term and short-term goals of this particular program.
So, if you had a whole stack of marijuana and you wanted a boat, would you make an offer somewhere to trade all that marijuana for a boat?
I don't believe so, Wayne.
Well, here's a guy that did. Of course, he lives in, well, I can't say that like that. I can't say, of course, he lives in California. I can't say that.
No, he can't say that.
I can't say that. But he lives in California, and it's a deal that just didn't float. It seems that police in Northern California have charged a man he wanted to trade marijuana, a bunch of pot, for a boat. Officers in Oroville say Billy Jack Pierce III posted an online ad on Craigslist.
Uh-oh.
And he said, I've got a bunch of marijuana I will trade for a 26-foot ski boat.
That was not real intelligent.
That's what he wanted to do. Undercover officers responded and arranged a meeting. I mean, what did
bet
he expect?
he did.
Police say this guy was carrying about 3 pounds of marijuana when he was arrested. He claims it was for medicinal purposes. Oh, sure. Oh. Anyway, he's been freed on $60,000 bail. He's due back in court the first of the month.
Goodness.
Trivia question.
All right.
Something to ponder, if you will. The category is fast food.
Fast food.
And it has nothing to do with fast food. But here's the category. The question is, what fast food chain placed full-page ads in 6 major U.S. newspapers announcing they had bought the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia to help cut the national debt?
Is it a fast food chain we all know?
Probably.
Probably.
Probably. A fast food chain said that they had purchased the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia to help ease the national debt. They took out ads in 6 major U.S. newspapers. It was across the country.
Interesting. We'll definitely have to ponder that
Ponder
one.
that. Now, here's what happened to George Washington.
All right, tell us.
George Washington, when he was born in the early 1700s, he was actually born on February 11th.
Okay.
Okay? Now, that's not his birthday that we celebrate. We all knew or thought that he was born on the 22nd. He was actually born on the 11th. Well, in the middle 1700s, America decided, and we were still a British colony at the time, America decided, well, you know, we need to change calendars because the calendar's wrong.
Okay.
A lot of the world had already changed, and we and Great Britain and somebody else had said, well, no, let's not do that. Let's just see what happens. Well, the calendar is actually an astronomical calculation. And so the way everything was going, gardens started blooming in January. The trees started budding out in January. It was just all messed up. The calendar was way off. So those that decide this sort of thing decided, well, we need to make a change to the calendar. We'll just eliminate 11 days.
Oh, wow.
So imagine this. Today is February 11th, and tomorrow is the 23rd.
Where did time go? It just disappeared.
So they just got rid of 11 days. Actually, tomorrow would have been today would have been the 22nd instead of the 11th. So they just eliminated, and boy, people were so angry. People were so mad about that. You can't do that.
So.
You can't eliminate 11 days. I mean, just think about when I mean, there were no births recorded for those 11 days. There were no deaths recorded, and people, you know, signing contracts. But people were really upset about that. In fact, there was a movement across the country that said, you know, we're just not going to do this. I'm going to celebrate my birthday when I was actually, well, you couldn't do that. But anyway, they eliminated 11 days, and all of a sudden, Washington moved, instead of his birthday on the 11th, he actually moved it to the 22nd.
He just chose a date?
1756. He just chose, well, he added 11 days to his birth and said, okay, I'm born on the 22nd. That's just all, that's the end of it. And that's what happened. He was among several people who did that. But that's the story there.
Interesting.
So February 22nd is actually the day
February 11th?
we celebrate the birth of George Washington, but we celebrate today as President's Day.
Okay.
So if you're a president, happy, happy, happy.
That's right. Well, it's also Black History Month.
I wonder if anybody's still awake out there.
I don't know.
Hello? Hello?
This is Black History Month.
Oh, that's good.
And Saturday, February the 23rd, in Mount Olive, they are celebrating with a parade. They're going to have a parade at 11 o'clock. It'll be from 11 to 1 in Mount Olive.
Oh, boy.
The parade is part of Black History Month. Applications to be a part of that parade will be available for Unity Organization's 5th Annual Black History Month. If you are interested in finding out how to be a part of this, you can contact Vicki Darden or Sheila Oates at 919-658-3961. That's either Vicki Darden or Sheila Oates to be a part of the Black History Month parade in Mount Olive, North Carolina. There you go.
I love a parade.
Do you?
Sounds like a song.
I love a parade.
I love a parade. Okay.
Yes,
Please
sir.
be patient with the library. You know, the library is going through a lot of changes right now. A lot of changes, and we will all benefit from those changes eventually. But right now, there may be a little hiccup or two, a little problem from time to time, a bump in the road, but they're getting those worked out and ironed out very quickly. So if you're at the library and you run into a little hitch, don't worry about it.
It'll be worth it in the end.
It will be worth it in the end, and these are great changes. You know, we had Melissa Sheldon in, and she told us about a lot of those changes at the Wayne County Public Library. So just kind of hang on and enjoy. Once they're all in place, they will be much, much better.
That's exactly right.
All
Well, I
right.
wanted to remind you that our city manager once a month gives updates on what's happening in city government. If you have not seen that interview, we have now placed it on the homepage of the city's website, which is goldsboronc.gov. Every month it will be there and will be updated at the beginning of each month for your perusal to go and watch whenever you so choose.
Your what?
Perusal.
You're getting mighty personal. Leave my perusal out of this.
But anyway, just wanted to make sure that you're all aware that it is there and you can watch that video anytime you so choose.
Okay. And while you're perusing around, keep in mind that does the city council meet tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 5 o'clock p.m. is the work session, and of course at 7 o'clock is the formal meeting in council chambers.
And that means tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, the county commissioners will be meeting at 8 o'clock for a briefing, and then the formal meeting itself gets underway at 9 a.m., and everyone's invited to attend, and that's on the 4th floor of the Wayne County Courthouse.
That's right. Both meetings are open to the public, city
That's
and
right.
county.
There you go.
All right, one last thing. Wayne Community College has rescheduled their 3rd annual Praxis Film Festival. It is now offered on February 23rd and 24th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. Starts at 7 p.m. The 23rd and 24th of February, 3rd Annual Praxis Film Festival. You can call Wayne Community College if you have questions about that or would like to participate.
At 735-5151.
That's right.
All right.
All right, well, let's see what Dr. Ed Wilson and Miss Beverly Carroll have to say about the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. Joining me today, I have some representatives from Wayne County Chamber of Commerce. I have Dr. Ed Wilson, who is the Interim Executive Director of Wayne County Chamber of Commerce, but I also have with me Ms. Beverly Carroll. She is the Interim President. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Well, we are so glad you all are on board now. You're coming once a month to share things that are happening at the Chamber, and you all have a full venue. Dr. Wilson, before we get started too much into all the events that you all offer the community and all the opportunities you offer, can you tell me about the recent change in leadership with the Chamber of Commerce?
Bonnie Grady was our chamber president and chief executive officer, and she made a decision that the fit for her in this community and this particular position was not right, and so therefore she elected to resign. She has done some wonderful things at the Chamber, and she's a very knowledgeable Chamber person, and I'm sure she's going to be very successful. So we're sorry that she left, but we have to move forward.
We understand. So in the meantime, you very experienced Chamber leaders have stepped back into the role, which you've done before, and you will keep us moving forward and keep the Chamber headed in the right direction.
We hope so.
I'm sure you will. We have full confidence in you.
Well, you know, they couldn't find anybody else, so they got Beverly.
Now, why do you think that is?
Well, we're the only retired people, right?
Exactly.
The only retired people on the board of
Board
directors.
directors.
That's
exactly
exactly right.
Well, you've done it before. We're expecting great things out of you all.
Thank you.
And,
Well-
and we'd like to put in that Ed and I are just staying out of the way. We've got a wonderful staff there. They're ready to go and do a wonderful job. So we just sort of like keep out of their way and make sure that everything's going great.
That's right. Well, like we talked about before, they're like a well-oiled machine.
They
just
are.
keep moving in the right direction, and you guys are there to answer questions, I guess.
That's right, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. And Beverly, if you'll start telling me about some of the events coming up. I know Morning Rush is on the itinerary of one of the exciting new events.
It is. It's a great new program that the Young Professionals Group has started, and what they do, it's a networking group, but not only that, they bring in a speaker that speaks for 15 to 20 minutes in the morning about some current topic that's very important, and they talk about that, and then they get to mingle and meet each other and network, and it's a great new program that they've started.
That's
So you have to be
awesome.
under 40,
That's right. I keep
order to
asking
be-
if
Darn.
they'll let me come.
but it's a great group. And,
It is.
Yes, it's a good opportunity for people to network, absolutely.
Well, tell me a little more about the young professionals, if you will.
Oh, it's a great group of young people, and they get together, and they really are serious about things that they do. They have groups, they do things with Habitat. They have done a toy drive. They've just recently won a
great.
beautiful plaque for that. So they're doing lots of meaningful things, but they do know how to have fun as well, and I think that is something that helps bring them, it helps them bring people in.
Right.
And
to the group.
they're planning on doing the Christmas parade next year.
Wonderful.
Christmas
Well, do we
break.
know what age qualifies a young
Yeah.
professional?
Below 40.
Below 40.
Is there a startup age, or we're not sure of
I
that
think
right now?
21, I think is that, but I don't know whether that's official. If they're in the business world, then pretty
Okay.
much that's
Absolutely.
it. Yes.
Great. Well, it's glad to hear that they're doing great things in the community
they
and
are.
staying so involved with the chamber, because that's our future.
Right.
That's
They're our
Absolutely
future
right.
leaders. So bringing them in, and of course, fun has got to be a part of it, because that's we all want to have fun. But
Absolutely.
glad to hear they're doing great things and they're moving forward and becoming our future leaders.
Very much.
And
so.
I think they were created basically out of a Leadership Wayne group, which is an annual program. And so I think that's kind of where that got started.
Well, and that's a good lead-in point. With Leadership Wayne County is such a good, solid base and foundation for so many people here in the community. Whether you've lived here all your life,
Right.
or whether you are new to the community, that's a great way to get to know what's happening right here in Wayne
Absolutely.
County.
It is that. It's a
Absolutely.
wonderful program.
It is. Well, what else is happening?
Well, we have a career fair coming up. This is our 4th annual, designed at the request of middle school principals. We asked them what is the Wayne Education Network, what we could do to help them. And they said, well, they have a career fair for high school students, how about giving us one? So this is our 4th year. We have about 80 different groups participating. We'll have 1,500 kids
Wow.
in the family-wide between 8 o'clock in the morning and 2 o'clock. The logistics are incredible. But the whole idea is to expose them to careers, so they know that they have to have X amount of education and whatever in order to become a doctor, lawyer, an Indian chief, or whatever it might be.
Right, right.
And they, in order to do that, then they have to stay in school and graduate. And that's what our whole goal is, getting these kids
To graduate from
motivated
high
toward
school.
graduate from high school, because if they don't, we know what happens.
Well, at this career fair, do you have a wide variety of careers that are being represented from our community?
Yes.
Such as even the technical positions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wayne Community College is very helpful because of their various programs. And so we have people there, but we also have people from our community. We have people from Johnston Community College, people from Lenore. I think we have somebody coming from Campbell for pharmacy. So we got as many careers as we can expose those kids to is what we're planning. That's what we're trying to do.
Well, that's awesome.
And several of the things are hands-on, like
Yeah.
we were talking about in the meeting the other day. I mean, some of the children will actually hammer nails, and that sounds like a small thing.
Well, they
but
may have never
some
done
of
it
them
before.
may have never, they've never done it, and so it's a lot of interaction going on as well. It's not just come look at it; it's come and participate.
And so they can speak with these leaders
Oh, yeah, and talk to these people.
and talk to them and ask questions if they have them
Absolutely.
to find
Right.
out more of the day-to-day things that they would actually be doing on the job.
We try to emphasize the kind of attire you need to be
Yes.
in that profession. You know, the education, obviously,
And
educational
qualifications.
requirements and things like that. So.
What type of training you need and
Yes,
so
right,
forth.
exactly.
Well, great.
And our participants that the businesses have helped have been so impressed with the questions that the young
That's
people
right.
are asking. Said they're really great questions that they're asking, they've thought through. Studies have shown that high school is too late to start talking about
Right.
careers, that you need to get them at about this age so they
Mm-hmm.
can start thinking and start channeling in that way when they're in high school, not wait until their junior year.
Well, you know, in middle school, that's when they start making some decisions or at least the
Awful.
thought patterns of what direction they're going in life.
Most often they decide then whether they're going to go to graduate from high school or not.
Exactly. And at this point, that's the major thing we're looking
So
for.
Right.
our major emphasis, yes.
Exactly. So Beverly, what else is happening?
Well, we've got a contest going on right now, and that's why I love my local business. And that is a collaborative thing that we're doing with several businesses. But we want participants to write in and get the information in by February the 11th about what they like about local businesses. And the prizes, the winner will win a 6-minute hot stone massage, dinner for 2, a hotel room for the night, chocolate-covered strawberries, flowers, bottle of wine. And
Well,
our-
there you go.
our
That is a
businesses-
perfect little package.
It is. The News Argus and, of course, the Chamber, and then Bake My Day, Hennett Winery, Whitaker's Florist, Holiday Inn, J.L. Eden, Salon and Day Spa, and Village Steakhouse are all
All
participating.
sponsoring.
They're-
Now, you need to get your application or your thing into the News Argus.
right.
Okay. Is all that information on your website?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Great. Great, great. Wow. So that's another event that we can all
yes.
participate in if you know of a great business here in the community. Ed, do you have something else?
Yeah, we've got a couple more.
All right.
Member Appreciation Days on February the 14th, and we're going to try to get around to as many of our 500 plus members as we can during that day to thank them for their participation with the Chamber. So
You gonna tell them Happy Valentine's Day while you're there?
we'll do that. You know, we're going to try to show them some love.
That sounds good. Perfect combination. Perfect combination.
We're saying that the Wayne County Chamber is the heartbeat of the community, and we're that way because of our members.
Well,
So-
that's so true. That's so true. Well, you all do. How many members did you say you have?
About 530, I think, right now, 530.
Wow. That's one, but you're always looking more, correct?
Absolutely, no
Exactly.
question about it. Anytime they want to sign up, they can
That's
call the Chamber at 734-2241 or go on the website at waynecountychamber.com.
There you go.
Please do.
Yes. So anytime throughout the whole year, you can sign
Right.
up and become a member. And we'll have your director of membership come on a little later
Right.
and give us some information like benefits of being members. You know, what
Exactly.
does it benefit you or your business
Right.
to be a member of the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce? Well, Ed, tell me about the young professionals.
Well, they're such a great group, and they do a lot of things in our community. I'm just so excited that the former sponsor for the Goldsboro Christmas Parade is elected, aren't going to do that any longer. So they've stepped in and said that they will do it. And actually, I think they did most of it this year, from what I understand, made the arrangements. It's obviously, they have a cookbook that tells you how to do things.
Oh,
That's
yes.
been going on for years.
So they're taking on the Goldsboro Christmas Parade.
That's what I've
from
been,
this
what
point
I'm led to
forward.
believe. Yes, I
Wow.
think it's going to be fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I have full confidence in them.
Yeah.
And if they were there this year, that was good training ground for
That
them
was,
to take
absolutely.
on next year, because our Christmas parade is a big event in our community.
Yes,
It
sir.
is.
And kudos to them for taking that on.
We have a couple more events. We have
Mm-hmm.
our Chamber 101, which is a one time a month. It's a thing for new and existing businesses alike that want to come. The light lunch is provided, and it's a good program.
So it's like a training ground?
Yeah, it's like a training. You find out what the chamber's all about if you're a prospective member. Our business after hours, which is continuing
Oh,
to be
yes.
a very successful event for us. That's Thursday, the 21st at Remax. If you, of course, you can go on our website and call
right.
about that. And
Because you do that once a month?
yes, we do
Yes.
that once a month. It's a great
Third
event.
Thursday.
The third Thursday of each month.
This month is our first quarterly forum, and that's a transportation forum. It's one of our best events. We had a wonderful event last year. We have the new Secretary of Transportation, Tony Tata, coming. It's going to be on the 20th, 28th. If anybody wants to come, I think it's going to be 11 o'clock at Goldsboro Country Club. If you'll come and call at the chamber or whatever, register to go, because you'll need to do that. And of course, our big fundraiser for our Wayne Education Network is our Dancing with the Stars in Wayne
yes.
County. And that's going to be April the 19th. We have 15 wonderful stars, and they're getting excited about doing it. It'll be at the Paramount this year. And so we're looking
Okay.
forward to it. It's
different
important.
location.
It's a different location. And it's going to be, hopefully, the kind of resources that we can to support the schools. That's what the Wayne Education Network is all about.
Right.
And so therefore we want to try to raise enough money to do many grants and scholarships and all those kinds of things.
Right.
So we're pretty busy at the
Yeah,
chamber.
it sounds like you've got a long list of opportunities for us to be a part of the chamber and to stay abreast of everything that's happening, not just in our community, but across the whole state.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, thank you all for being with us. We appreciate all the
Thank you.
information. And would you tell us what your website is?
Yes, it's WayneCountyChamber.com.
WayneCountyChamber.com. So if you're interested in learning more about the activities and events happening at the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce, visit their website. They have details of everything from business after hours to the young professionals group, and the list goes on and on. Thank you for being with us today. We
Thank
look forward
you.
to seeing you next month and find out more about what's happening at the Wayne County Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you.
And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that interview with Dr. Ed Wilson and Beverly Carroll, and they will be coming on the show every month to keep you informed on what's happening at Wayne County Chamber of Commerce.
One of these days, I'm going to learn to count.
Did
You
you
know,
recalculate?
I did, and someone in the building reminded me that 1953 was actually 60 years ago. I can't believe that, 60 years.
Well, you tried to do it in your head, but, you know, that happens.
I know, with a head like mine, I mean, really.
It happens.
It does. But
All right, well,
I
do we
knew
have an
better.
answer to our trivia question?
What fast food chain
Yes.
placed full-page ads? And you know, this was a lot of money. In 6 major U.S. newspapers announcing they had bought the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia to help relieve the national debt.
Can you give me, before you tell us the answer,
Yes.
was it a chicken place, a burger place? Which one? Just give us a hint first. Or neither?
Neither.
Oh,
It was neither chicken nor burger.
well, my goodness. It's
Yeah, mine
fast
too.
food?
Yeah.
What
Fast
else
food.
is there?
Well, think of
Seafood?
it. Let me rephrase it.
Okay. Yeah.
The Liberty Bell.
Taco Bell. Woohoo!
Thank you.
I
Outstanding.
should have gotten that before.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why it didn't
Anyway, anyway, they went on to explain at noon.
Duh. We should have known.
This was in 1996. At noon, the day the ad appeared, the company disclosed that it was on April 1st.
April Fools.
April Fool's Day. It was an April Fool's
That was a
joke.
good April Fool's joke.
It was.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we talk about the train?
We can talk about the train.
Amtrak.
Yes.
The North Carolina DOT, that's the Department of Transportation,
Yes.
announcing Amtrak train travelers to and from North Carolina destinations can actually save 15% off adult one-way fares on all midweek train trips. Now, that's 15% savings. That's a big savings on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. This special limited time promotion running now until March 27th, so almost the entire month of March there. It's valid on the Piedmont, the Carolinian, the Palmetto, the Crescent, the Silver Meteor, and the Silver Star trains. It also applies to the new Amtrak Thruway bus service to eastern North Carolina, which includes Goldsboro.
Yes, it does include Goldsboro.
Serving Greenville, New Bern, Havelock, Morehead City, Kinston, Jacksonville, Wilmington, and Goldsboro. The Thruway service connects with the Amtrak Palmetto train service at Wilson.
So where can we purchase these tickets, Wayne?
These tickets are available for purchase now through March 26th. Reservations are required a minimum of 1 day in advance before traveling. Discounted fares only valid on coach seats and cannot be used on accommodation upgrades. Now, tickets are non-refundable, seating is limited, and blackout dates apply. For more information, go to bytrain.org, BYTRAIN, or Amtrak.com. Bytrain.org or Amtrak.com. I would also think that you could probably purchase tickets at the Amtrak stations in
think so,
Smithfield and in Wilson.
That's exactly right.
All right.
And if you've never been on a train ride, you should try it sometime.
You should. You should.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Wayne, we are offering bingo once again. That's right.
Bingo!
At the Goldsboro Parks and Recreation. They'll host this the second and the fourth Friday of every month from 7 to 9 p.m. So if you're interested in playing bingo, give them a call at 739-7491 at Goldsboro Parks and Recreation, the second and the fourth Friday of each month.
All right. All right. Oh, 91. What was that number?
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
You got
hold
that
on.
number here.
And bingo was his name-o. 739-7491.
That's what I thought. Okay. If you have difficulty reading, you are not alone. Let me tell you something. Literacy is a big problem for some people. And it doesn't mean that they are less intelligent, that they're uneducated. There are people
Right.
who are very smart, who are very educated, who have difficulty reading. There may be a condition,
Right.
Dyslexia, could be any reason. And all genders, how many genders are there? Two, right.
Two that I'm
okay,
aware of.
all genders, all
People, just people.
all people are subject to, or perhaps even could have a literacy problem. See, I'm having one right now. Literacy Connections needs volunteers to help people in need of help, in need of help with their literacy problems. They're seeking
Do you
volunteers.
need a little help this morning, Wayne? Do I need to volunteer?
Help me.
Okay, go back to the Literacy Council.
Literacy Connection Wayne County is needing volunteers. Go to online, go to pat.yates@waynegov.com and say, Pat, I want to help. You don't need any special training. They give you all the training you need to help people in need with their literacy problems. Okay, and that could be, it could be anybody. A lot
That's
of people
right.
need help.
Well,
with
they do
literacy
need volunteers, so
They need
we are asking
volunteers.
for your help. Well, Wayne, the 2013 Life Lights for Children is going to be taking place Tuesday, February the 26th at
Okay.
7 p.m. at Berkeley Mall. It's going to be a little different this year. The Wages Wayne County for Children Council is sponsoring the 2013 Life Lights for Children with a candlelight vigil like they've always done. But this year they'll be offering art from Wayne County Public School children.
Art?
The art is going to be auctioned off.
Oh, you mean like art?
Artwork.
I was
yes.
looking for somebody named Arthur, some
No,
guy.
Arthur won't be there, but his artwork may be.
Oh.
And Arthur and his friends that have made artwork at Wayne County Public Schools are offering their artwork and their talent to provide proceeds that'll go right back to promote and recognize the victims of child abuse and neglect right here in Wayne County, North Carolina. We want to spread a positive message of awareness in our community. Thank you to Wayne County Public Schools for offering the children's artwork. If you are interested in participating or have questions about this particular project, you can call Jennifer at Wages, and that's 919-734-1178. And that once again is February the 26th. That's a Tuesday night at Berkeley Mall.
Berkeley Mall, okay.
Yes.
That's a great program.
Right in the center of Berkeley Mall.
Oh, okay. Great. There at center stage.
That's right.
Okay. All right. You know, last week we had a couple of guys in from the Optimist Club. And
Yes, we
they
did.
are offering a program called Computers for Kids. And this is just an outstanding program. It's for providing computers and such for children who can't afford them.
That's right.
Bottom line, they can't afford them. So if you have questions about this particular program, if you feel you may need help, you can call the guys at 919-920-8541. 920-8541. In some cases, there is a fee, but it's so small, just unbelievable. In other cases, there's not. So they can work that out for you. Just talk to the guys at 920-8541. The Optimist Computers for Kids program.
Fantastic program.
It really
They're
is.
doing great things in our community.
They are that. And if you have computers you can donate, they'd love to hear from you. 920-8541.
Well, Wayne, later this morning there's a blood drive. So if you're interested in giving blood this morning, go out
Okay.
to First Pentecostal Holiness Church.
Right.
Let's see, it starts at 8:30 this morning. All donors, of course, will get an Adams car wash coupon. If you have questions or would like to contact someone about this, you can call 735-7201, but that's this morning, 8:30, First Pentecostal Holiness Church.
All right.
You tell them where that is, Wayne?
It's at the corner or at the intersection, whichever comes first, of U.S. Highway 70 bypass and Wayne Memorial Drive.
That's exactly
That's
right.
where it is, right across from Burger King. You know where
That's
that
right.
is. Who's on the
right.
program tomorrow, Kim?
Oh, let's see. Tomorrow we have.
Yes,
Let me
tomorrow
find
we have. We
it.
got to find tomorrow.
United Way. We'll have Catherine here from United Way. She's going to
Lachey.
talk about a new program that's happening there. We have representatives from Goldsboro Family Y and Wayne County Reads. That's all on tomorrow's show.
All right.
That's right.
That's great. Well, join us tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. We'll be right here. Or join us throughout the day. The program repeats at noon, at 5:30, and again during the evening. Or you can go online. Go to waynegov.com and click on the link to YouTube, and then you can see all the programs. In fact, you can see all the programs.
That's right. Or you can go to goldsboronc.gov and click on the WGTV link or the YouTube link. But we are giving you these programs on a daily basis to promote what's happening in our community, to keep you informed. See, if you have information that you would like to share, we'd love to tell the community about it. How can they send it to us, Wayne?
All you have to do is just send us an email at wgtv@waynegov.com, wgtv@waynegov.com. If you have an announcement, please send it, or an event, please send it at least 2 weeks in advance.
That's
if you
right.
would, please. All right, and until tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.